How's it going, YouTube? Grumpy here. We're going to have a Grumpy's Rant session here. Nothing to do with hunting, nothing to do with any of the things I discussed earlier. We're going to do a Grumpy's Rant. And we're going to talk about traveling. As I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, I travel a lot for work. And I fly out of DFW. And if you're familiar with DFW, there's always something going on there that makes it crazy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with parking. So DFW, in their infinite wisdom, removed an express parking on the south side of the airport. They got a lot of construction going on. If you fly into C terminal, it's almost impossible to navigate down there because of all the construction. So typically, to save my company money, which I'm not going to go into detail what my company is or what I do for a living, because just what the business is. All I can tell you is when November came around, we got a little busy. When February came around and there was a change in command, we got very busy. So that being said, so I travel a lot for my work, especially right now. And one of the things is I park in the remote south. Don't go looking for my truck; you're not going to find it. Just kidding. So one of the things is you go up there, and I appreciate the bus drivers, I really do. But sometimes you get there and you got to sit there for 10 minutes waiting for the bus to leave. And I get it, they're waiting, they have their little breaks in between runs, and they want to wait and get as many people as they can. That's fine. But you've got some of these bus drivers, oh my God, they scare the hell out of me. We had one that had some serious road rage a couple weeks ago, and he was honking the horn, almost running into other vehicles, slamming on brakes and tossing luggage around. And I wasn't the only one. Everybody was happy to get off that bus and get into the terminal. So, all right, so we're beyond the parking and travel into the terminal. So you're in the terminal and you go up to TSA. Has anybody else ever noticed some of these TSA agents are a little big for their britches? I mean, they say, there's a t-shirt going around, it ain't gay if it's TSA. The way they talk to folks sometimes, it's like, we're all grown adults, and I get it. You deal with thousands of people a day. You don't have to be happy all the time, but you don't have to talk down to folks. I will say 7 to 8 times out of 10, I get a pretty good TSA agent. But unfortunately, I go through pre-check TSA. So get through there, you get in there, and you go to your gate, you're waiting, and I try to get there like the 2 hours they say, and you just relax and you watch, and oh my God, the craziness that goes on in the airport. You see so just flying here where I'm at now, currently in Leavenworth, Kansas, we were waiting to board the plane, and obviously, boarding the plane, they do it backwards, and I know everybody tends to agree with me. Everybody says the same thing. They load the front, obviously first class. I'm not first class. It is what it is. But you would think they would load the plane back to front. They go by groups, and it's, I like to sit in the aisle. So next thing you know, we're sitting in the aisle, and there's nobody in the seats next to me. So I got to get up. It's no big deal, but it's just crazy how they do it. I don't know whoever came up with that system, but hey, if you're watching airline companies, and I know you're not, but rethink that strategy. So moving on, we're standing there in line, we're waiting on our group to be called, and the airport sanitation crew comes up. It's a young lady, and you all seen those trash bins. You got trash here, recycle here, and she comes up and she looks in there and into the recycle first, opens the bin up, takes the recycle, dumps it in with the trash, ties it all up, and throws it all away. Why have the separate bins if that's what you're going to do? We're all trying to save the world and recycle, which we do a lot of recycling in our home. So, do the right thing. Don't just, And I promise you, there was about 10 passengers that all looked at each other like, did she really do that shit? She did. So, moving past that, it is what it is. She did what she did, and, it's, I don't know, maybe it's airport policy. If it's not full enough, don't worry about it. It is what it is. So DFW, if you're watching, hey, let's stick with the recycle program, okay? Then when you get lined up, you go by groups, and it's funny to me. To me, it's funny. I typically fly Group 6. Excuse me. And when they call the groups, and you see people trying to push their way in the front. I got to get in front of you. I got to be on that plane first. Dude, the plane ain't leaving until we're all on board. So how about just be courteous? Don't be pushy. Just get in line. There's a line for a reason. Get in line. And, and enjoy your flight. Like I said, plane's not leaving until we all get on board. We'll all take off at the same time. So, like I said, I get on the plane. I like to sit in the aisle seat. I want to know, is there a rule? Is there a tradition or something? The dude that's in the aisle seat that falls asleep, must you bump him every time you go by? And it's not the other passengers, it's the flight attendants. God bless them. I love what they do. 99% of them are very nice, but they busy and they go flying through. And I had one this flight just Monday. Every time she went by, it made it a point to bump me. It's like, damn, let me sleep. I'm old. So let me get my rest. Then I get to KC, and I go to rent my vehicle. You gotta jump on one of those rental car buses. It's a big old bus. It's just like we have with parking at DFW. They pack as many people as they can in there, and you get in there. If you can put your luggage into the slot, put it in there, but they're going to pack everybody in there to where they almost can't get the door shut. So come on, folks. I don't need folks standing there, crushing me against things. Guys wearing backpacks. They forget that backpack sticks out, turn and hit me. So, excuse me. But all in all, I truly enjoy our flights. I enjoy my travel. It sucks being away from family and everything, but these are just my rants. These are things I think about, while I'm traveling. I see, and it is what it is. You still got to get there. Work's got to send me. I got to do what I do because I'm good at what I do. Not cocky. I just know. Yeah, it's been an experience with all the travel. Love it. Love the people watching. Enjoy seeing the world. But hey, like I said, plane ain't gonna take off till we're all on board. Oh, did I tell y'all? Damn it, my buddy got called up by the coroner's office. He had to go freaking identify a body. They said, we think you know who this person is. So he shows up at the coroner's office, and they tell him that right out the gate, they're like, dude, we got to warn you, the body's been hacked up. And when he's telling me the story, I'm like, damn, the body's hacked up? He said, yeah. And so they go into where they keep the bodies, and all of a sudden, they're like, they pull it out, they pull the drawer out, and they pull the sheet back, and he said, oh my God, that's my brother Reese. And they said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, that's Reese's Pieces. All right, y'all, appreciate you hanging out with me. Again, if you enjoy what we're doing here, please like and subscribe. If you did watch the last video where we rescued the cow, it was all for naught. Unfortunately, Bessie didn't make it. Phil and Hot Rod went out there to the lease today, and they confirmed she didn't make it. They found her remains, and unfortunately, it was all for naught. So, Bessie, sorry, baby. We tried to get you out there. We tried to get you back with the herd, but it wasn't meant to be. God had other plans for you. So again, and we would do it again if we had to. So thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for visiting, watching. Again, like, share, subscribe, all the above. Until next time, I think I'm going to make Grumpy's Rant maybe a weekly thing because, oh my God, the things that go on. I'm not perfect, but damn, I see some shit in the job I do. All right, y'all, take care and have a blessed evening, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.